All right, and we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the AMFAW Chat. Appreciate you tuning in and watching. I'm here back from his vacation. Jarhead6 is with us, and we'll have some more people hopping on board as well. So, and as always, we always try to start our live chats with a scripture verse. So I pulled up another one of my favorites. This one, this is one of my favorite scriptures that talk about faith. So, Jesus, as a context, this is in Luke 7. This is Luke 7, verses 6 through 10. So, Jesus went with them, and just before they arrived at the house, the officer sent some friends to say, okay, so Jesus was on his way, right, to this is the Roman soldier. This is his house. So they'd asked for Jesus to come heal. So Jesus went with them, but just before they arrived at the house, the officer sent some friends to say, "Lord, don't trouble yourself by coming to my home, for I'm not worthy of such an honor." And remember, this guy is a Roman soldier. He's not a follower of Jesus in any way. I am not worthy to come and meet. I'm not even worthy to come and meet with you. Just say the word from where you are, and my servant will be healed. I know this because I am under the authority of my superior officers, and I have authority over my soldiers. I only need to say, "Go," and they go, or "Come," and they come. And I say to my slaves, "Do this," and they do it. When Jesus heard this, he was amazed. Turning to the crowd that was with him, he said, "I tell you, I haven't seen faith like this in all of Israel." And when the officer's friends returned to his house, they found the slave completely healed. So it was a slave of a soldier that was sick that needed to be healed. So I think that was really good for really good verse on faith, and also a little bit on military.
Yeah.
Military structure.
Yeah.
And
again, just showing the power of Jesus. He has power.
Yep. So, with talking about the military, let's talk to our resident Marine, Jarhead6. If you want to introduce yourself and talk about your channel and stuff that you got going on, and you just get back from a trip and you got other videos planned.
Yeah, the vacation was excellent. You know, spending time with the family and it's just amazing, man. I love spending time with my family. I watched a couple of videos, but I really didn't make many comments and things. I kind of stay away from YouTube for a while. I like to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Like always, I appreciate you guys' support. And also, I got a couple of videos coming up, and what I've been doing is that I contact a couple of channels, and I'm going to be doing, well, I already got one that is going to come out on Saturday, and I got a couple of more, but we're going to be doing videos together, you know, so I kind of start talking about a subject, and then they jump in, and, you know, I'll go back to me, so everything thanks to the magic of iMovie. So thank you, iMovie, I appreciate it. But it's gonna be fun, man. And if any of you guys out there want to make some videos with me or something, just let me know. We can always discuss the topic, and we go back and forward, because I really like, you know, I don't want people to get bored just listening to me. I'm sure it gets boring after a while. So just bringing somebody else is kind of fun, I think, me personally. So
yeah, I like it whenever when channels add variety, for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so your Jarhead6. What is some of the things that your channel is known for?
oh yeah. Okay, so Jarhead6 channel. As you guys know, I retired from the Marine Corps, and I sat on my couch, and I didn't know what to do next, so I decided to open a YouTube channel. So I pretty much do whatever, you know, whatever comes to my mind. But usually I kind of stay with weapons, uh, firearms, prepping, uh, tactics, things that I learned in the military. Everything that I talk to is because either I did it, or either I did it in real combat, from going to Iraq and Afghanistan multiple times, or I train on it, or I train and did it in combat. So pretty much I base everything on my opinion. So my channel is very opinion wise. It's whatever I think. I don't get a sponsor by anyone. Nobody pays me to say anything. So if I look at a knife, or a piece of gear, I give my opinion. But also I do my opinion based on my military career. Like I don't know anything about bushcraft, and well, I do know some things, but I'm not an expert on that. Like K-bar user and guys like that know more about JJ from reality I forgot his channel name
Survival.
now. Reality Survival. Sorry, JJ, I'm being on vacation. I need to get back in my YouTube thing, but he has a lot of experience in survival and things like that. I don't talk too much about that because I don't have really too much experience on that. Making fires and all that stuff, which I know a little bit, but not enough to be an expert. Now that I'm an expert, I'm not an expert on anything. But so I try to talk about tactics, weapons. If I look at a knife, I look at it as a operation combat style knife versus survival kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You know where I'm going with this?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a
Well,
difference between bushcraft and tactical.
right. So whatever comes to my mind, man. Like legitimate. Sometimes I wake up on a Tuesday, and I do that Tuesday survival tips every Tuesday, and I have no idea what I'm still gonna do, and I'm like flipping out, and then something hits me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Talk
yeah.
about this, and I just go out there and talk about it. I do want to, now that I put a bunch of videos, I do want to I not so much that I put a lot of videos, is that I've been getting better in editing and things like that, because when I started, I didn't know how to do anything. So I'm gonna try to maybe reduce the amount of videos, not, you know what I'm saying, and make better production or better quality videos, because I already got like 200 videos. So maybe spend more time in the videos. You know what I'm saying, Budget?
Yeah. Yep.
You do pretty good job, man. But when I started, like I didn't even knew how to use iMovies, man. I had to watch like 6 days of YouTube videos to learn how to import a video into iMovies. It's pretty bad, man.
I had a little bit of an advantage because in high school, that's my video experience was. We made videos, funny videos, and it wasn't that it was my idea to make these funny videos. It's my friends, and I was just in them or part of them. But we had lots of experience with iMovie throughout high school, and I had experience making movies in middle school, and then from there to here. So I have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to that kind of experience and stuff. But I use the same program though, so iMovie is pretty good.
Do you use the new one or the old one? Because you know how they went into the new style iMovies, iMovies 2014 or something.
I guess the old one then.
Yeah. Okay. Because I really learned how to do the old one, and then one day I got one of those notifications. You want to update your iMovies, and I click yes, and the new iMovie is totally different than the old one. So I went from almost pretty decent doing editing to like zero, man, and now I just started back up. Unfortunately, the new iMovies, you couldn't change the letters, the signs. If you put if I put jar 6, I couldn't put colors and things like that, but they just fix it. So I think I'm making better production. I'm definitely not gonna buy any editing software, man. They don't pay us enough. They don't barely pay us.
Well, I was going to do the update, but then I read that it automatically charges your credit card $200 if you do that.
Really? No, I don't have.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh. I was like, I'm going back in my freaking statements, man.
I'm just
You
kidding.
know, it's funny, man. Like people ask me all the time, like, oh, what kind of program you guys have or you have? Man, here's what I got, man. I got a phone. I just got the Galaxy S4. That's what I shoot videos with, and I got a $15 tripod from Amazon. And I used to be really fancy, man. I had like a little holder that came out and hold my. Before that, I used to use my iPad and hold it, but it broke. So now I gotta do a video on that, man. It's funny. I got a hanger. I took a hanger and I mold it and I holds with the phone and the clip holds the hanger. So
That's great.
so yeah, that's my production equipment. I mean, I'm not rich, man. I don't have anything else. I'm just trying to pass information to you guys out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this war is really bad, and people need to be informed, and that's what I'm trying to do, man. And I mean, eventually, I'm gonna buy some better equipment, man. Buy I don't know, $150 camera. That would be my better equipment. I'm not gonna do anything better than that. So.
Well, your production is good. You have the I have a similar camera. Well, I have the same Galaxy S4, but I haven't really used it for videos. Although I do use it for like Instagram and stuff. But one of the things that I also have, I guess, somewhat advantage is that my wife is a photographer, so I use her nice photographer camera
Yeah.
for video mode. But before that, I was using the iPad, and I was using like this real old point and click, like whenever they first started getting slim. So it was like 5 years old or whatever. But that's what I was using at first until that came along. But
I tell you what, man. Now I'm getting to the point that when I look at people's video, I'm not really too much looking at the content. I'm more looking at the style they're using. So like when what you do, like you talk, and as you talking, the picture or the item or whatever you're discussing is passing by, and those scream. So I'm getting pretty fancy. So you guys give me a break in about a month when I learn how to do all these things. Jar 6 is gonna be pretty cool. I think I'm gonna do better. Like the video that I'm gonna release tomorrow, I think I did pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself, man. I even showed it to my wife. I put music in the background. I'm talking with the music, and I got like a little label that comes out and says, what I'm talking about, my little picture. So I'm pretty happy about it, there. You guys give me some kudos tomorrow. Dislike it to my trolls that always dislike my videos. Go ahead and dislike that one too, buddy. So
yeah, that's a lot of the people that are commenting in our live chat or other channels, so this is it's pretty good for them to hear too. But that's referred to as B-roll. Whenever you overlay images, or it's usually supposed to be a filming B-roll, so that you can kind of make your talking to the camera and just talking. It makes it more interesting if you're actually showing what you're talking about.
And something to tell you, man, because I mean, I'm not an expert, bro. If you ever hear somebody telling you that this is the only way, or I'm an expert on this, that guy doesn't know what he's talking about. No one is an expert. It's a million ways to do something. But I mean, I was an instructor, and I can't even tell you hundreds and hundreds of Marines, man, that I gave classes to, like a lot of them, and the thousands. Usually when you pick up, anything from E3 and above, you're already giving classes in the Marine Corps. They don't care that you're not an NCO. Especially when you pick up E5 sergeant. Sergeants give classes. Your job is to be a trainer. And then when you pick up staff sergeant, E6, like I was, you are in many cases, you are the chief instructor. So your sergeants are giving classes and you supervising. And I've done a lot of classes. But so I'm pretty familiar on how to talk to people and conduct myself or whatever. But dude, talking to a camera is like way different, dude. Like totally different, dude. Like it is. I don't know. If you see my first videos to now, oh my goodness, man, it was horrible, man. I should just go back and erase them. I just don't care. But I'm sure, hopefully, 200 videos from now, I get a little bit better. And but my first videos were bad, dude. Like even the Daily Shooter was telling me, he was like, "Oh man, I remember your first videos." I was like, "Shh, don't tell anyone."
There's a couple of VRs that I did whenever I was a little baby channel, and I went back and erased some of them because they were
Really?
so bad. They were like shot with this grainy, like well, not this one, but like a really old camera phone, and it's just really bad.
Yeah,
And like it wasn't very good. So
yeah,
I had erased them because they were, I mean, they were just they were VRs, and no, nobody was watching them. Like I wasn't
yeah.
getting any views on them or anything. Um,
And the thing,
but
man, the thing is like I just want to hopefully and I'm passing the right information because I mean I could go upstairs, man, and put my camis on and grow my beard. You know, I got like 20 sets of camis out there. Well, not 20. I saturated, but you know a good amount, maybe like 7 sets of camis. You know, I could put my boots on. I could put my cool green hoodie, you know, my cool holster, my hat. I mean, I wear all those things when I was in the military, and you know, pretend to be an operator. But that's not what I'm going for, man. You know, I'm a civilian now, and I don't really think that's gonna be. Hey, Ted is here.
okay,
Yep.
okay, now
So
we can talk about serious stuff.
yeah, yeah. Hey, stop talking about Ted. Sorry, Ted. Don't watch the
Uh,
first. Don't watch the first
uh,
18 minutes.
but all in all, Ted's great. I was just kidding.
Yeah, yeah. He was in the army, but we love him.
Anyway,
Anyways, so yeah, I mean, my point is that I'm trying to we're trying to teach people, uh, pass information to people that's going to help them in something that could be a reality, a real scenario. You know, I'm not trying to look like an operator and teach tactics that most likely you're not going to use. You know, I'm down with the gray man concept. I'm down with you wearing a kitty bag or something, a little black bag or pink bag, and put a pistol and a couple of weapons inside. But I'm not going to tell you to wear all this cool gear and spend $5,000 in a rifle and $6,000 in equipment because the reality is that people don't have that kind of money. You know, not everybody has $6,000 to buy a rifle. You know, $1,000 for a Remington 700 with a $2,000 scope, and you know that's not real, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ted.
it is in my world.
Oh yeah. Well, my kids are still small, Ted. Mine are still very, very small. So I'm still
I,
paying for
honestly,
braces, glasses, and all that stuff.
I only get what the wife lets me get. If you want to know the truth, it is what it is.
That's true. Like I say to my friends, Budget Bug Out is run by two channels, or two people, I should say, myself and my wife. The budget is my wife, and the bug out is me.
That's
I can't get away with even if let's say I become some some Hickok 45 or whatever, I still won't be able to work with companies to send me real expensive stuff because if I show it on my channel, they'd be like, I thought your name is Budget Bug Out. Like what the heck? So I'm destined to maintain a low budget when it comes to my channel, and I need to. My friends have kind of said this that I need to add more budget stuff, and I plan to. I just don't have. It's funny. I don't have the money to spend on the stuff that I need because I'm on a spending freeze. But I can only do stuff that I work out with other companies and stuff. But now that Ted's here, well, actually, I still haven't done my introduction. I'm Budget Bug Out, and I do bug out stuff on a budget. Okay, so and I'm in the Air Force. So Ted, if you want to introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Ted. I'm one of the primaries on the AMFAW channel, and really all I'm doing right now is the giveaway administrator. And I'm also, in the absence of our Alabama counterpart, I am going to be his surrogate in the short term to help his channel along until he gets back in the fight. So that's it.
Sounds good.
Hey man,
Yeah, go ahead.
Jayhawk is there. I haven't seen Jayhawk in a long time.
I haven't seen him either. Hey,
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah. I hope you're doing good, brother.
Yeah, I was hearing about it as well. So how's the giveaway going thus far? And the after chat, I want to ask you if there's like, first off, what are the items that you've gotten so far? Because I might want to contribute something. That's why I'm asking.
So we have put a lot of everything is up on the video almost. I did get a package in the mail yesterday from an anonymous benefactor, and they wish to remain anonymous. A set of Magpul backup iron sights, brand new, front and rear.
Oh man, I need some of those.
And a check for the AMFAW channel to be able to donate to charity on their behalf. So they're feeling the message, and I'm honored to have these in the giveaway. That's awesome. But this means more to me than any of it, because this is somebody actually writing a check. This isn't something they had. And look, I certainly appreciate the stuff people donated that they had. And I really do. I don't want to diminish that. I don't want anybody to think I'm doing that. But for somebody to sit down and write a check, that touched me personally. That touched my heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know that we donate to charity a little bit, and you know, that's going straight to that. That's what that's for over there. So that's not, hey, let me help one person out. Let me do my small part to help, you know, as many folks out. And so I'm again speechless. And the amount of responses that we've had lately for the giveaway is staggering. I don't know if you guys saw Jennifer Young did a VR she just put out.
Yep.
And Superfly Fat Guy 859, yo! He did
I watch all his
great one.
videos to see that, man.
Yeah.
He did a great one for us, yeah, and he's digging on us hard. But he's shared us on Facebook. He's done the VR. He subbed all the channels. I mean, he's done everything to get into it. I mean, he is way out there. D. Wilhoit, provided a really cool shoot and see target autographed by Hickok 45. Pretty neat. Some mags and a really cool Cree flashlight. And so the Colonel stepped right up there and threw some stuff in us, and I'm happy to have that. Gorilla Tavern sent a really cool knife, a Mora, bad to the bone, very stout. This is a better quality Mora knife than any of the Mora knives I have. And I've not seen one this robust. It's pretty. I'm jealous. They say in French, "Il est jaloux." He's jealous. That's me. They got we got those iron sights, of course. Bomb Buster 72 sent a multi-fuel stove that you can pump up. You can put pretty much anything in it, and it's a really cool little stove set. And then we have the stuff that the AMFAW channel donated, which are T-shirts, the components to build an AR, everything except the barrel and gas tube is there. We even have the sights now, so that's all there. Upper lower receiver, cook kit, 72-hour food kit. I mean, somebody's gonna have it's gonna be a very good day for somebody that hits that.
Yeah.
A little Christmas for somebody.
It is absolutely going to be that. Yeah.
I think I'm going to create a channel and just like subscribe to you guys, or have my wife subscribe to you guys. Just kidding, guys. And then when you see my address, you're like, whoa, I know this address.
Yeah, I've seen someone did 2 VRs for one of my giveaways, and like they filmed it in the same room, two different usernames, and they didn't show their face. Like, are you serious? Like, one entry per person. I got so upset.
I want to show you a really cool little item there, Budget, for your next Altoids 10.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, look at this. See that?
Not sure if I'm familiar with. Oh, it's flashlight.
That's pretty cool, dude.
It's a little
That
baby one.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that'll fit in an Altoids can very easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going in mine. It's not part of the
Hey,
giveaway.
you
Not part of the
should
giveaway.
do a video on it. What was I going to
Oh
say?
yeah, it reminds me. Mountain Man over in Greece
Mm-hmm.
uh, sent me this package all the way from Greece. Came in the mail here.
That was a
Uh,
bunch of stamps.
yeah,
That's why I
he
don't do
sent me
international shipping.
this patch for me personally, and a kind of a Live Strong bracelet that says Molan Labe on it. But this uh, unit here is Greek Special Forces Airborne.
That's cool, man.
And this is a ceremonial pocket patch. I believe it's a pocket patch, but it may be for the ceremonial uniform too. And translated, the Greek word here translated is the same as the British SAS Commandos. It says
Yeah.
who dares wins. So
You put that in your video, right?
yeah, man, I tell you what, that blew me away. And
I see your videos, Ted. I watch your AMFAW
some
channel.
people, will put a comment on them and don't actually watch them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's funny how you can get 15 thumbs up and only 2 views.
Well, that's not because they're given. That's for different reasons, though. That's for different reasons. But yes, there's a lot of that going on.
So I was going to ask Jayhawk
As long as they're
if
positive comments, I don't worry as much. It's the negative comments.
I'd like to see if Jayhawk would throw into the comments there what he thought about. Wow, all my friends are warriors, because we blitzed him 2 weeks ago, and I never heard from him since. So
Yeah,
Um,
I think he's being busy with school or something because we haven't seen him for a while.
yeah.
But
Yeah, because he's usually pretty active. Question: has anyone donated a backpack?
no.
I would like to donate a backpack to the
Aw-
giveaway.
Awesome.
Do you want to see it? I have it. I have it right
Yeah,
over
I'd
there.
love to see it.
Stand by.
Hey, exclusive content. Only here on the AMFAW Chat. It's the only place you can see it. So
mhm.
And I can send this to the person that way. Save on shipping charges.
okay.
But I got this from the military surplus store, and as you all know, and as some of our regular live chat audience knows, I'm on a spending freeze. So when I bought this and my wife saw this on the credit card, she was like, "What?" But I like to support the local small businesses. And this was at the military surplus store, and this is a nice lightweight good old fashioned backpack.
Man, I don't even have one of those.
Yeah,
That's nice, man.
yeah, these are somewhat new. It's pretty lightweight, and it has that sort of Alice style. You can construct it over this frame, which is like really thick,
I've
hard
got
plastic.
2 Molly packs when they first came out. The ones with the sleep system compartment on the bottom.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was really thinking about donating one of those, but since you stepped up with that one, yeah, I'll hang on to my woodland camo ones that I got.
Dude, that's a really good pack. That
Really
pack, you can put a lot of stuff inside that pack.
Yep. So I'll send that to the winner, but I figure maybe this would be good for all the new stuff. But I couldn't figure out a good way to incorporate that into my upcoming giveaways and stuff. So I figured it'd be better to give to the AMFAW giveaway. I just wanted to support the small business. He was making all these. He just bought them, and he's offering me this great deal on it because I'm a return customer, but even though I hadn't been there for a while, so.
So you guys see this little crusty old hat that I wear every week. This one is so scummy and so wore out because when I bought this hat, I bought 2 of them years ago, and boy, they get sweaty and grubby. And this is the one I PT in, and I just got back from the running track. But so I got to looking around, and I found the Glock store has these hats in stock. So I bought 5 of them. Brand new in the bag. And they say Glock on the back, and they say Glock on the front. Under the flag, it's got the Glock logo.
Oh, what's going on?
I think I got kicked out.
He got kicked out?
I got kicked out too. Am I back in?
Yeah. I thought it froze for a second.
Yeah.
He was here talking about
hats or something.
His hat, and I was like, well, it froze. Should I feign the wow? That is nice. I was like, no, I should just be honest, and then he went away.
Yeah.
Well, while we're waiting for him to return,
We'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back. He's always returning.
Thanks
yeah,
to Google Plus. Good job.
I would say that the main reason that I use YouTube and not another, a competitor to YouTube, is because YouTube offers a way that you can make money making videos, and you can reach a larger audience. If it wasn't for those, I might say thanks YouTube, but this over here offers me a large audience, and
yeah.
But YouTube's got you, They got us for now. They like Facebook, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like a communist country. They offer a product and they dominate that product, and either we play or not, one of the two. So, and I've seen a lot of guys go. Not a lot of guys, but a few guys go, and a lot of times they come back. So, but I haven't done any research or used any system other than YouTube. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not. Dude, this is. People think this is not work, man. This is a lot of work, bro.
It is.
Yeah, putting a video out there takes a lot of work. If you're gonna do, sometimes it's getting a little bit easy now, but at the beginning it was a lot of work, man. And I enjoy it though, but I'm sure that eventually I'm gonna have to put less videos because it takes a lot of time. So.
Yeah, and regarding what you were saying earlier, and a lot of our viewers, like I said, our YouTube channels, so that they can. It's good for them to hear kind of different discussions from other channels and other points of views and stuff. And feel free to ask questions, y'all, regarding just YouTube in general and different channel, opinions from different channels. But one thing that I kind of learned is kind of what you're beginning to do as well is just uploading videos. While that's good to upload a lot of them and to be frequent and and to be you don't want to have a good month or whatever between videos or even like a week and a half. I start noticing that it affects my channel. But to work on it and to have a good quality to the standard that you want it to be. It takes a good weekend because you're trying to run errands and do other weekend stuff, but there's a lot of time that kind of goes into these things, but and it's odd, you never know how people are going to react. Some videos I'm sure people have zero interest in, and then other videos I'm like, well, everyone will watch this one, and then it doesn't, just kind of falls flat. So it's always it's always kind of something I'm searching for. One thing I did want to mention, content related, was CCW. Is he trying to join? Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, he's coming back in and he's getting off, so maybe he's having some type of internet issue. He's coming back in. You back, Ted?
When I go to look on the YouTube channel to see the chat.
I'm taking a CCW class. I think I told you, talked about that.
I don't think you heard
off the chat. What's that?
No, go ahead. What you guys were talking? I don't know if can you hear Ted, Budgie?
Oh no, I can't. No.
You can't hear me at all. You can't hear me at all.
Can you hear him?
I can't hear him. Here, I wish I could. I wish I could leave and then come back.
No, you
But
can't.
I'm the host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you sign off and sign back in, Ted? Because he can't hear you for some reason. Yeah, that's funny, man. I hear you and you don't hear him. That's kind of like
That happened before, remember? And then I just signed off and then signed back in. It was fine.
yeah. That happens with radios in the military too. But I'm not going to discuss how the radios go. But yeah, sometimes we have that issue. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. But backing. Go ahead. His backing.
Is he saying something now?
No, I'm not saying anything now.
Yeah.
It says my microphone is not working or hardware is
Okay, they can hear you.
You can hear me now?
I guess I'll just be quiet.
Can you hear it, Ted?
Yeah, I can hear both of y'all.
Ted can hear you, but
You can hear me.
Jennifer can hear you. What about you, Budget? You can still hear him? You
hear him. I can't.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Is he talking about me?
I can you no, he can't hear you. That's weird, man.
Well, I guess if you want me to talk, just write it in the little chat, the group chat thing that we have going, and then I'll just sit here quietly. I'll just wait.
Dude, do you having a mute or something?
I think maybe Marty muted me. I mean, Budget muted me.
Yeah.
It says I need to upgrade something.
Do you like mute him or something?
Yeah, it's saying that I need to upgrade something, but I'm already in it. I can't upgrade it if I'm already in it.
That's why I got kicked. It said I had to upgrade.
Like
Boom, and I was gone.
It keeps doing ding, 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 and it says I need to upgrade version. I can't upgrade because I'm hosting.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Well,
Jarhead 6, you know what's
if it's okay, as long as I'm not talking over Ted right now. I was wondering that if we could discuss CCW stuff because I'm taking a CCW
I'll
class.
I'll talk about him all day long now that he can't hear me. He's got a bad haircut.
Dude, you like talking and Ted is talking on the other side. You know, he's saying that you have a bad haircut. That's funny, dude. If this would have happened to me, I would have said, you know what I would say? Google Plus is being racist. But I don't know.
Hey, it might be the Cuban's day at the desk at the Google Plus, and he's racist against white folks.
Yeah, right. Oh, good thing I'm not hosting the call. But again, I guess I will be directing the conversation. Ted, will you? Do you have anything to say? Oh, do you want?
I'm gonna bail because I'm interfering with Marty. I will talk to you guys later. All my friends are Warriors. Sorry it didn't work out tonight. I'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
All right, brother. God bless. All right, Ted is gone. Go ahead, Buddy. You're talking about
I could hear him the whole time.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh man. So are you talking about concealed permit?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any sort of advice on maybe like holsters or whatnot, because I will, let's see here, not this weekend, but the weekend following, we'll be going through a class, me and my buddy, and it's going to be, we've already gone through concealed carry, or at least I have gone through concealed carry, but because of paperwork and I'm too up. I don't want to talk about why it didn't work because it makes me angry when I talk about it because it should have worked. But
Jennifer John is in the comments and she waited like a lot of months. So I don't know how many months it was in total, but it was a lot. So go ahead, bro.
So I was just and it keeps spinning. My computer keeps spinning. But I'm trying to figure out what would be like the best idea when it comes to like holsters or whatnot, inside the waistband, outside the waistband, Kydex, leather. I was wondering what if you had any suggestions.
Man, I mean, you could go either with a Kydeck holster or a lot of. I mean, I got this one. I've been using this one for a while. I think you guys know this. This is a $30 holster from the Glock store. And but I got to tell you, man, I paid $30 for this holster. I may do another video on it, but this is not. It's an okay holster, but it's not really a really good holster. Neither, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, it all depends what you want to do with it. I like carrying my pistol inside the waist, and I really like it a lot. I don't like it outside. I think outside it's gonna print. It's gonna print more when you have it outside. I mean, they do have some really good holsters out there that they're really tied to your body. But in my case, because it also has to be your body style. You know, if you're a little bit bigger, or depends what you are. In my case, outside the waist, it prints a lot. Plus, if you have sometimes I conceal the Glock 17, and you know the Glock 17 has the long barrel, well, longer than this is the Glock 19, and you know that big barrel is pretty much inside your pants. You know, the only thing you have to worry about it is the handle. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much when it comes down to inside the waist, just to kind of like recap, the only thing that you have to worry about is the handle printing. If you're gonna carry a 3 or 4 o'clock, because that's the only thing that is gonna print. Everything else is pretty much gonna be inside your pants. Now there is holsters like this one. I like this type of holster because it's very small. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big holster, and also because I'm constantly moving inside the house, or you know my lifestyle, going in the car or whatever. I like my pistol's always like this. You know, I never have my pistol out. My pistol's always inside the holster. So if I get home and I'm gonna take it off for whatever reason, sometimes I carry inside the house. But if I'm gonna take it off, I take it off, put it in top of the dresser or whatever. I'm gonna put it back home. I grab it and I put him in my you know, at 3:30 or a lot of times when I'm gonna get down real quick, I put at 1 o'clock because it's pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? So I like, me personally, I like small holsters. You know, really small holsters, because the smaller that it is, it's pretty much the less stuff that you're gonna have to carry. You know what I'm saying? But now, with that being said, too, you got some of those holsters, like if you can tell right here, because it's so small and it doesn't give you any protection here. Like the Glock 19 has this the jimping or whatever it's called. This thing will be touching your skin, and it could irritate your skin a little bit, you know. So that's something that you have to deal with. It's not really uncomfortable as hell. It's not like, oh gosh, I can't carry this gun. But if you carry for like 10, 12 hours, you're gonna feel the handle just scratching your side. So I mean, I do got a hybrid holster, the ones that come Kydeck and leather. Those holsters, they're a little bit more comfortable, because this side will be sitting in top of the leather. You know what I'm saying? And then the leather will be touching your skin, so you don't have to worry about that. But the other thing about Kydeck too is that depends what kind of pistol you're gonna carry. It may scratch your pistol a little bit. So like this G19 is not really too scratched, but you know, for in and out. I mean, it's plastic, man. You know what I'm saying? It may scratch your pistol, but I mean, I'm not worried about it. This is a tool to defend myself. This is not a tool to look pretty for me. But if you carry like a really nice 1911 that costs, you know, $1,500, I wouldn't want to scratch it.
True.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, this one. I mean, what kind of gun you gonna carry? You know?
I'm debating right now between the M&P Shield and the.
Well, you know, I got one. I'm gonna pick it up next week.
The Shield.
Yeah, I bought one. What, like 2 weeks ago or so, 2.5 weeks ago.
Right.
So I'm gonna pick it up on the 1st. I put not half, almost half of the money down. I'm gonna put the remaining of the money down on the 30 or the 1st, whichever. You know, depends if when I get paid, pretty much. But I tell you, man, I went looking for a Glock 26, and I saw it, and I paid $3.99 for it, and I liked it, man. It feels great, bro. Feels
Yeah.
really, really good.
That was one of
So
the other ones. Is the 26 or the 27, the M&P Shield or the XDS. So those are the three that I'm looking at right now. My
yeah,
buddy, well, I guess I have friends that have all of them, between my friends. But one of my buddy, he has the XDS and the M&P Shield,
yeah.
and he's going to bring both to the concealed carry class, and we might practice with them at the range
Mm-hmm.
prior to that as well. And I'm actually going to take footage at the CCW class. I worked it out so that I can actually make that into a video. So that I think that
Yeah.
might be able to share some stuff from it if I get some footage. That's
Now, if you
usable.
get the shield is perfect for
Yeah.
inside the waist because it's like so freaking slim. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm gonna do because I mean I conceal a revolver sometimes too. You know, in my case is I wake up and I pick up the first gun that I see. But now for the summer, you know, I hang the main thing, man, that I tell people, don't change your life over your handgun. Like some guys tell you, well, buy heavier shirts and pants. No, man, I wear shorts and sandals and a t-shirt and a hat, and that's how I'm gonna dress. I'm not gonna dress differently because I'm carrying a gun. So I'm gonna make that gun fit my lifestyle. So for the summers, I'm gonna be carrying this M&P Shield. And if I don't like it, guess what, man? I'm gonna buy another gun anyway. So I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna buy as many guns as I can. So I've been doing that for a long time. So it's not gonna stop. Well, at least I don't. That's what I tell my wife. I don't lie to her. It's not gonna stop. So
My wife understands this too, and during the way that she convinced me to do 6 months of not spending money other than sneaking off to the military surplus store and picking up a backpack, was that she said by the end of this you'll be able to buy a gun by the end of the year, not even as a birthday present, but just as a reward for us getting out of paying off some debt, getting some more savings, and just being more cognizant about our spending. So that's how she convinced me that this was a good idea, because she knows that I'm do the same thing as this year. Her dad was the same way.
it's gonna suck for you, man, because there's a lot of good holsters out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the hybrid holsters, leather, on the Kaide. I mean, I got one. There's a lot, and it works really well. It worked good. I just get a little bit annoying taking it out, putting it back in, and things like that. But that is just me. That's not the holster. You're gonna have to buy different types of holsters and find that holster that you're like, oh wow, this worked great for me. You know what I'm saying? So you may have to go through to 2-3 holsters before you find that holster that you really, really like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
regarding our chat, has anyone asked any questions that they wanted us to answer? I haven't been checking it too much because all my
no, they have their own conversation. This is what I like about this. Sometimes you're talking about one issue and they're talking about totally different. Sometimes I don't even want to be part of this this conversation. I want to be part of the other conversation. And
sometimes I do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, like if there's like 4 or 5 or 6 of us like on the panel or something, and they're all talking about something, then I go into the comments and I start talking about something else or whatnot. Because like I was telling y'all, like I don't know how to assemble and disassemble. I don't know all the different parts of AR. So so sometimes whenever that conversation goes that way, I kind of go to the comment section or whatnot.
One thing that I would tell you, man, because we're talking here about, I see some comments about comfort levels.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna find a good holster that you're gonna feel comfortable with it, and you're gonna carry. But remember, you're gonna carry a gun. It's now part of your body. You carrying something, so it's never gonna be 100% like, oh wow, the gun is uncomfortable. What's gonna happen is that you're gonna get used to carrying that gun, and eventually you won't even not even tell, but it will be pretty easy for you not to even realize that you have a gun. Like when I was in Afghanistan, man, after a while, I used to have to use those lanyards or 550 cord and tied up the gun to my 12 months. So the moment that I woke up into the moment that I went to sleep, I carry a gun with me. Like you don't put your gun in some place and that's it. You know, you always have a weapon with you. And you know, by probably 5-6 months into it, it was just like part of me. Like sometimes I still, when you come back, you still wake up, and some of you guys know this in the military. You wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, "Where's my gun?" You know, because you don't even realize that you don't even have, you know, that's it. It's over. You know what I'm saying? You turn in your guns into the armory. You're still thinking that you have the weapons on you. So yeah. You're gonna get used to carrying, man. Like I don't go nowhere without my gun, dude. Nowhere. I carry my gun every place that I go. So
Well, I'm real used to having real light pockets and not carrying a lot
yeah.
on me. I don't keep anything in my pockets. I don't have anything attached to my belt or anything. I pretty much just carry, you know, just a couple keys and a watch.
Mm.
So I mean, you check out my videos. I don't
Yeah.
have anything that says pocket dump, and then I just keep pulling things out of my pocket.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny, man, because I was having this conversation with somebody the other day because I was walking the dog and I went out to walk the dog and I brought my gun. And you know, I had this conversation. Why are you bringing your gun? I'm like, bro, you think? I mean, I did a pretty maybe like 3-4 blocks, kind of like around the neighborhood, and you know, I'm walking at 9-10 o'clock at night with the dog. You know, you guys see my dog all the time in my videos, and you think I'm not gonna bring my gun? You know how easy it is for somebody to stop a car and attack me or something? And the point is, I mean, unless it's illegal, of course. If it's illegal, I don't carry my gun. But so I avoid those places to the best of my ability. Sometimes I can't avoid them, but I avoid those places. I would, you know, I carry my gun all the time. And if you're a concealed carry, and I'm sure you guys know, because we got a bunch of guys here in the comments that carry. Carry your gun all the time, bro. Don't be one of those guys that carry, you know, I'm gonna carry it today, but I'm not gonna carry it tomorrow. No, carry your gun all the time, and that's my advice to everyone, man. You would never see me without my gun, bro. I'm telling you, you would never like driving to vacation. You know, you do, and this is a pretty good point. Doing research on the states that actually recognize your concealed permit, and like it's only one state, and I went through 4 different states that didn't recognize my concealed permit. So what I tried to do is to put gas right there, right before I enter that state, you know, like exit 99, put gas. So I wouldn't have to stop in that state. And I've done that many times, man, when I'm driving down to visit my family. I try not to stop in that state, which is, I'm going to dime that state. It's South Carolina. South Carolina does not recognize my concealed permit, which, you know, we're in North Carolina, man. You know, you would think South Carolina would recognize it, but they don't.
Yeah, there's states that border mine as well that it doesn't recognize it. One of the things that I learned in my Texas concealed carry class is that according to Texas law, and I don't know about your local state laws or whatever, but yeah, as long as you can travel through any state from Texas with a Texas concealed carry, as long as you're traveling, you know, or en route to somewhere, then you're allowed to carry, you know. So for people who are watching who might not know that law, you know, who might are freaking out or something like that, yes, you can travel typically with concealed carry. You know, if you're traveling from your state that covers it to the other state that covers it or whatnot, you should be fine.
Yeah, you pretty much you can still carry. You just cannot get out of the car. You can't step in that state concealing your weapon. I mean, you can still have it in the car and things like that as you driving by. But if you're gonna stop to put gas, don't walk inside the gas station concealed, because you just committed a crime. So, and that's one of the things, man. A lot of people don't read it, or, you know, better yet, like I went to the North Carolina website, conceal and all that stuff, and I printed out, and I got a copy of my card, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody asks, you know, hey, look right there, it says this. because right now one of the biggest things that will change is the fact that now you can go to schools and to drop your kids or to the parking lot and you can leave the firearm inside the car. So before you couldn't go to a school ground with a firearm. Now you could, if I go and pick up my kids, I could go into the school, pull over, park, and leave my weapons secure inside the car, and go and pick up my kids, come back, and go home. Before you couldn't do that. Before, if you were going to the school, you couldn't bring a firearm in a school zone. So, which is very inconvenienced. You think about this: if you're dropping your kids to go to school, to go to work. You can't have a gun, so you will have to leave the gun in the house, drop the kids, go back to the house, and pick up your gun. Or I'm sure a lot of people, probably violated that law and did whatever they wanted to do. So now it's legal just to drop the kids and continue.
Right.
Or maybe if you're a teacher, I don't know if teachers are allowed to do this. I'm sure they could. You leave your gun in the car, so if something happened, where you fear for your life. You have a gun in the car. So I don't know. So I'm just throwing some ideas out there. But yeah, be informed. Be informed on your state laws, because some rookie cop will put you in jail pretty quick, and then you never know. You go to jail, they realize that they made a mistake, and they may tag you with some other crimes just to fix what they did wrong instead of saying my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
well, he still resisted arrest because he
yeah.
was yelling at me, and I had to take him down, and yeah.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you punch a cop or something, and you're like, what? I didn't do anything. But
one of the main things that I'm worried about is not being convicted of a crime, not because I think I could get away with it, but just because I don't see myself doing something which would cause something like that. I worry about being falsely accused of a crime and then being taken down because of that. Like, well, what does the guy look like? Oh, he was about this high and brunette and average. Look, hey, there he is right there.
You know what's funny, man? When I work
he's got a gun.
When I work as a military police officer, I'm sure you probably hear this when you work in what you did up there with security forces, but you get a bolo, be in the lookout, and
Yep.
you in your patrol car, and they'll be like, oh, looking for a white male, 6'1", wearing green camis, high haircut or whatever, which is pretty much meet, 90% of the military. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So
you're like, oh, okay, so I'm looking for a Marine, and I'm in a Marine base. That's pretty interesting. So we always it was funny, man. Like you're looking at 20 people that make the same description, but
yeah, they kept them right by the door. The bolo had little bulletin board. It was funny. I actually saw a meme, and some of you all might have seen it. The chat board and or you, but there's a news anchor, and he's talking. There's a sketch artist picture right next to him about the person that they're looking for. It looks exactly the same as the anchor. It's really funny. But it's sort of like that. The bullet is like, it looks identical to the news anchor that's talking about him. The suspect at large.
Yeah, man. I had a good time when I worked as a police officer, man. It's funny because in the regular civilian life, you respond to a house, and you never know what you're gonna find, man. You can find all kind of different people as you respond to a call as a police officer. But in the Marine Corps, bro, you never know where you're gonna go. Every Marine is trained with a weapon. Every Marine, 99.9 of Marines are on shape. There's a percentage, maybe 90%. There's like a 10% of Marines that are not in shape. But these guys could run 6, 7, 8 miles. They know how to shoot. They know how to use weapons and things like that. So what I'm trying to say is that when you go to a call, you probably gonna encounter some guy that he probably went to combat. He knows how to fight, and he has no issue telling you something. And imagine if you go to a call where it's a recon guy or a Marine Corps sniper, special forces, you know, that guy could kick your butt, bro. So I went to a couple of calls and I was like, man, you need to calm down, dude, because I need like 10 guys here to take you down, because, you know, stay away from my weapon, because if you take my weapon, you're going to kill me with no issues, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. There's a lot of good cops out there that do a lot of good job, but then again, there's some cops in the other side that don't do a really good job. And then the biggest thing that we see nowadays is that we see the leadership. A lot of this rookie cop or the cops are just doing what the leadership tell them, and I see that a lot with the open carry and things like that. Like, they're just following orders, and unfortunately, they don't stand up to those orders, even though they're violating, you know, the Constitution of the United States. Instead of saying, hey, no, I'm not going to do that, they're allowing you know, the leadership to tell them what to do. And I think that's a problem. I just did a video. I'm sure you probably see it with the police officers that killed that homeless guy. I mean, that was crazy, bro. That was like freaking crazy, man. When I saw that, I was in shock, bro. What they did, and these guys were experienced police officer, and like one guy was a vet and everything, you know, maybe like a Purple Heart recipient or something, or like I can't remember. Let me not say that, but I think it was like it was a combat vet for sure. And come on, man, you know, they shot that guy, like, and killed that guy, like it was cool, man. You know,
a couple of those in the news recently.
Yeah,
I think that was one of them. Regarding there are other people on base that might be more experienced at war and fighting. I was in a fender bender. This is on base. I was with my mom, who's also retired Air Force, and we were just driving along, and we were in an intersection. This person was like messing with their phone or whatever, because I'm a very, some would say paranoid, but I say that I'm a very cognizant person. So I noticed this person as they were rapidly approaching us, sitting at the stoplight, you know, and then they just ram right into us in the back, and I guess they swerved at the last second, so they hit like our quarter panel bumper, which made my head go back into like the seat belt, you know, the thing that you can adjust for the seat belt, and I hit it so hard, this hard plastic, it shattered it. So I was, you know, not injured or anything, but I was angry, and I got out of the car. I was full of adrenaline and stuff like that, and I got out of the car. And I like started at this, not at this guy, but I just started yelling at this guy about how he was, you know, he's messing with his phone, and he's still messing with his phone, and he still hasn't even cut off his phone. Look at that! I was just yelling at this guy, and my mom, you know, very firmly told me, you know, to chill out and stuff, and I found out that this guy was like ex everything, you know, recon and like airborne ranger or whatever. I don't know what it was, but all these. My mom said, so, you know, she listed off these things, and she's like, so, you know, he would have got the better of that fight.
Yeah.
It had, you know, me, little skinny Air Force guy, versus this guy who's, you know, probably seen a lot of things and was trained on a lot of things. So it's a good thing that I got back in the car and not like approach his vehicle or anything like that.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful when it comes to this kind of stuff. He was a very gentle, calm, friendly person who was just on his phone and shouldn't have been doing that.
The thing that kind of bugged me when it came to this scenario, man, is that, I mean, they did something that kids playing Call of Duty probably would have done better. I mean, these guys are they're supposed to be highly trained guys, and I mean, when they shot the guy a couple of times and then they're screaming at this guy, let me see your hands. Come on, bro. Have you ever shot a person? I've seen people getting shot and shootings and things like that. When you shoot a person at that close range, you know, they shot a couple of times, what, like 2-3 times? I mean, the guy went down, bro. The guy is not going to stand up. The guy is not going to follow your commands. You just shot him.
Right.
And then the other thing was when they shot those bean bags. You gotta understand, bro. Bean bags are non-lethal, but that term non-lethal, and I went to non-lethal school, instructor school for the military. The term non-lethal is non-lethal by intent, meaning that you use it as a non-lethal tool. And I'm sure you heard that. You could use a non-lethal weapon and kill a person.
Yeah,
And,
like a
and
baton across the
yeah,
top.
like a baton. You hit somebody in the face with a baton in a red area, you're gonna kill that person.
Yeah.
And that distance of a beanbag, and there's a lot of things out there that have shown what I'm saying. At least the beanbags that we use in the military, and again, I said I didn't know what kind of beanbags they were using, but there is a distance that you have to use because it's like throwing a rock. If you throw a rock really hard, you're gonna cause deadly force. And they shot a beanbag, and then they released the dog. I don't know, man. The training that you did versus the training that I did, but I work with military police dogs in combat and in as a police officer. And dogs, when they release the dogs, bro, that's like borderline deadly force, man. Like you have to be, it has to be something very serious because those dogs could do a lot of damage, man. And I mean, and plus a bunch of guys, like 4 or 5 guys over a guy that they shot and all that. I thought was not good, man. Me personally, I definitely thought it was excessive force, and I don't know what's the deal with those guys. I don't know I don't know what they're gonna do, but something has to happen with those guys, man.
Pops.
Yeah, because there's definitely a balance that you need, because there's always you need to be in control of the situation. I'm no expert on this. I've only did it for like half a year, but you need to be in control of the situation. That kind of thing. Be more. Have to be assertive and control the situation. But so you need to eliminate any sort of threats and stuff like that. And adrenaline will play a factor.
Yeah.
When it comes to that sometimes. So sometimes people get a little hurt or whatever the suspect, but it's for the safety of everybody involved.
Yeah.
But what that was there wasn't even any balance. It was just a all out just attack on the poor guy.
And I gotta tell you, man, this thing that you're talking, and you're right. Sometimes your body's gonna go through different aspects when it comes to, because I've been put in that situation. I mean, I point my rifle to many people. But with that being said, too, there's a level of training. These guys are trained for that versus civilians. When we talk about conceal, if I tell you, oh, you pulled your gun out and you straight up a civilian, never being a police officer, never being in combat, military, or anything, your body's going to go through something because you don't know that unless you've done it multiple times. But police officers and military, some of the jobs in the military, you encounter that all the time. So what I'm trying to say, those guys, all gear up, flat jacket, helmet, tactical rifles and all this, they probably seen that already. So them being nervous is not the same as someone here that is straight up nervous. I mean, they have to be held to a different caliber than the other people. You know what I'm saying? That thing where, oh, I was nervous and I shot because of this, it's not going to work for you guys. It may work for this guy, but it's not going to work for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Because it would actually make you more aware. It'll actually focus you and make you fall back on the training. Because one thing that they tell us, and I'm sure you've heard this too, is people don't rise to the occasion. They fall back on training. So like, if you're trained, you don't go with the excuse of, well, I got nervous, so I shot. I mean, there's the what is it called? Something where like if your left trigger finger squeezes, sometimes if your finger's on the right, your right finger will trigger. So there's that, but that's different than, well, I got scared and I opened fired, on a person. I've gotten in situations after doing the security forces things where, I actually did a video for the AMFAW where there's this guy, he was coming towards me at a gas station, and I was very hyper aware, and I went to the same thing that I was trained on, and I only did it for 6 months, where it's shout, and then show, then stop.
Yep.
And then so I shouted at the guy, stay where you are, go away. He wasn't a bum. He was someone who was muttering things. He was drunk. He was muttering things about killing me. Shout, and then I did that twice, 2 different times. And then I showed that I had a very large knife on me, which was legal and everything like that. I always check the knife laws as well. In addition to gun laws, knife laws are good to know if you carry knives. And then I didn't have to stop him. And you know what that means is some sort of physical, way of stopping him. So I shouted at him. I showed him that I had a knife, and then he sobered up a little bit and kind of wandered off, still saying threatening things, but moving away from me and my wife, who was in the car. And if it was just me, I'd just jump in the car, whatever. But if you get, if you're in between me and my wife, and my wife is not in a place where she can escape, that's not a good place. And that I think that's why a lot of people do want to be able to have things on them that they can defend themselves, because it's not because if it's just one person, if it's just you, then you can escape and whatever, evade, whatever. But if you have a family, if you have a wife or kids like you do, I mean, you got to protect people.
Yep.
You gotta protect
And
everybody.
you know what? Ski has a good point, because last of the Ski, last of Ski, I'm messing up his name. He's talking about first aid, and it was no first aid provided. The moment that guy went down, I didn't see any first aid. He was shot. So with that being said, stop the bleeding, treat for shots, things like that. It was nothing. It's like they handcuffing and they left him there. If you're a police officer, you have that medical training as well. The moment that you shoot a guy, now you're going back to providing medical service, and that wasn't done. It doesn't matter who it is. You got to think about this, guys. It doesn't matter who it is. You may agree with that guy or not, but the moment that he went down, the police officer, one of them should have, secure him or whatever, because they thought he was a threat, and then start providing first aid. And I didn't see any first aid, stop the bleeding, put pressure on the wound, CPR, things like that. And Atomic was saying that he was walking. It seems like he was walking away. He was turning around to put the knife on the floor. You could tell, and he got shot on his back. And the thing that kind of like blew me apart, man, was the fact that the police chief, one of the interviews that I saw, the police chief was talking about the canine, the guy holding the dog, felt threatening for his life or whatever. Come on, man, you really? You're a police officer with a big dog. You're holding a big dog. You have a sidearm. You have firearms, and you have 4 guys behind you with guns, shotguns, AR-15, flashbangs, and you're scared for your life. Come on.
Well, he knew what he had, to say,
Yeah, I scared for my life. So you weren't scared for your life. If you ever seen I'm sure you've seen the training that those dog goes through. Because by the way, the Marine Corps use a lot of the Air Force dog, because you guys have really good canine program. So a lot of my Marines went to you guys' canine program. Those dogs are lethal, man. They would take somebody down like this, bro. So you weren't scared for your life, man. Come on, dude.
He was just saying that so he could, look good, or not look good, but just kind of get out of whatever it was that he was being charged with, or whatever.
That sounds like the key phrase that you have to say. I was afraid for my life. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
that's what my dad was always making sure that, growing up, if I ever had to, because he was a cop, he was the security forces his whole career until it became a senior NCO. Then he became a first sergeant. But after he got out, he still did, law enforcement type of jobs as a civilian. But one of the things he made sure to to tell me is, if you have to take another's life, first be sure that it's in self-defense and that you are afraid for your life, and make sure he is saying, just like I said with that other guy at the gas station, make sure he's somehow communicating it, that he's out to get you in a lethal lethal manner. Yeah. That's something that he learned, and I guess the other cops know to say things like that if they're going to take someone's life.
One last thing that I would say too, because we already like 1 hour and 14 minutes. But one last thing that I would say is that it was I don't know where these guys came from. I don't know how they roll down there in New Mexico, but it was not like the same level of force. Like, I mean, do they respond to every homeless guy that is sleeping in the floor? 4 or 5 guys with flat jackets and a bunch of guns.
They have a task force, a homeless man task force.
I mean, I would be scared to see how they do a traffic stop, or how do they respond to a domestic disturbance. Because if they go and meet,
stop, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, if they go and meet a homeless guy like that, if they go into a neighborhood dispute or a fight, they may show up there with tanks or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was the force level. You would think that a rookie cop, or some cop would show up there with a patrol car, maybe some backups, or maybe 3 or 4 cops in uniforms to tell him that sounds like a situation that those guys would handle. This doesn't sound like a situation that, I mean, I don't know what this guy's are, but they look to me like freaking SWAT, special forces, or maybe they're just tactical guys. They hang around like that because they think it's cool or something. I don't know, but.
And to kind of conclude and wrap it back to our original thing, which was, the Bible verse was talking about how Jesus was talking to the centurion soldier, and because he's a great leader, he commanded people. Like he knew how to obey commands, and he knew how to command others, and so he's like, I know Jesus, I know you're the same way, so just say it and it will be so. And showed a lot of faith, but I think that instance was a failure of good leadership, because people are going to naturally, so this is, and yes, they should follow the training and stuff, but there's countless of cases where they're like, listen, our superior was doing this, so we were trained to do what our superior did. So I think it's just a lack of, superior wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing, and everyone else just kind of went with it, assuming that someone would say something along the lines if they had crossed the lines or whatever. And so I think it's just a bad leadership.
I just can't believe that no
obviously
one.
Everyone's to blame, but
yeah, I just can't believe no one called the flag. You know what kind of flag I'm saying? Because I mean, 4 or 5 cops there. Somebody should have been like, hey, what are we doing here? Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I went to calls where guys had knife. And I'm just talking out of experience. I'm not talking out of my, something that I never experienced. I went to calls where guy had knife, and we, you know what I'm saying? There's different levels. We didn't alert the entire Marine Corps base, and 1, 2 infantry battalion came down to take this guy down. I mean, like, it was no force level matching. That kind of blew my mind too. And 2, at the end they're talking about the guy. I guess he had some issues. He punched a cop or something. All those things are after the fact, man. You know what I'm saying? That information was not, as far as I understand, that information was not present there. So, and even though if the guy punched a cop or not in the past, he's a criminal, a murderer, a rapist, whatever he is. The moment that he stopped and he went to put the knife down, that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. There was no more threat. He's not a threat. Like
be eliminated and handcuffed while he's bleeding.
Yeah, you don't need to kill him, shoot beanbags, and release the dog on him. You know what I'm saying? And it goes back to combat tactics too. Somebody could be an enemy combatant and shoot at you and kill your buddy, and the perfect word, kill your buddy, and as you walking down there, that person puts the rifle down and lift up his arm, like this guy did, pretty much, I'm done fighting. I'm not a combatant anymore. The threat is done. It is illegal for you to kill him. If you kill him, you just committed a crime of war. We know those things.
Yeah.
So because he gave up, and I don't even know how that happened, man. Like it blows my mind, man.
Tell you what, I'm sure that if it's just you and your other buddy or whatever, and you're like, it looks like he still has a gun, but obviously, if that CNN got a hold of that, that would be bad.
Yeah, I mean, some guys have done it, and they've been in jail, and I mean, that's probably a different chat. We could probably talk about that for another hour.
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean, bottom line, according to what I saw, according to my what I trained on and what I done in the military, which I'm not an expert, but I think I was a pretty experienced, if you want to put it that way. I mean, I was a patrol supervisor. I had a bunch of patrol under me. I based on that video, I something was wrong there. An investigation has to be done. People have to be questioned, and because based on that video that we saw, they straight up murdered the guy. So based on the video, I don't know. Maybe the guy had an IED holding device or something that we didn't saw in the video. But based on the video that we saw, they murdered the guy.
yeah, the footage, yeah.
Yeah, that's just my opinion. But all right, I got guys real quick. We got Texas Prepper Tom. He's a big supporter of my channel here, the AMFAW channel as well. So thank you for watching, sir. Every Tuesday, guys, 7 Central Time, we do it, and because we share the video in Google Plus, and for some reason you can't really do comments on Google Plus that well. So he just found out how you have to go into YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to our channels, the AMFAW channel, Budget, and the Alabama Owens, I think they're in the description box, right?
Yes, I put links.
Yeah, we all there, and I appreciate everybody that is watching as well. So.
Yep. Thanks for watching. And we usually conclude by just talking about things that are upcoming. So anything up and coming. I know we talked about a little bit from the pre-chat, but anything coming up for you?
Yeah, I mean, basic. I got a couple of videos coming up, and I was talking to Budget. I got a couple of videos that I've been trying to do with all the channels as well. So thanks to the magic of iMovie, I'm making a couple of videos with all the channels. So you will hear something like me saying something like, "Hey, let me talk about this topic," and then another channel we start talking, and then it goes back to me. So just to mix it up, because I'm sure you guys get tired of listening to me. So, but other than that, no, I'm back from my vacation time with my family. It was great. I appreciate you guys' support, watching, and the new subscribers. And I'm probably gonna post a video tomorrow and another on Saturday, and go back to the regular, video production release days kind of thing that I do. So
awesome. And then for my channel, which is Budget Bug Out, by the way, I wasn't able to figure out how to put it below without the upgrade that I need. But for my channel, I'm probably going to do finally the video of my compact, what I refer to as my get home bag, which is I have a bug out bag, which is kind of heavier bag, which is good for evacuating, or just camping out, literally, but I have this video is sort of a smaller, more compact version of the bug out bag, and it's designed so that I can literally walk from where I work home, or if I'm stranded somewhere, and I still have some ways of camping out. So that video is coming up, and then I still have a giveaway going on, so I extended the deadline for that, and I'll have more content coming out as well in the near future. But anyways, thanks y'all for showing up, and this one went a little bit longer than normal, usually from 7 to 8, but we talk about exciting things, so sometimes they last a little longer. So thanks everyone for watching. This is Veggie Bug Out and Darhead 6, and all my friends are warriors. Take care.